Personally, the thing that I like best about my job is the overall purpose. I love that what I do day to day helps literally save human lives. That is truly incredibly valuable to me, and it makes me feel at the end of the day, even if it's been a frustrating day, even if it's been a tough day, I get to leave feeling like I've done something really great. My name is Nora Blair. I'm the Quality Operations Manager at Charles River Labs. I am sort of unusual, at least I think I'm unusual. I basically have always wanted to pursue science since I was a very young child. I absolutely loved nature, I loved being outdoors, and it started with that passion. As I got a little bit older, I realized I wanted a career with a lot of purpose and a lot of meaning, and so science still fit that niche for me, and it seemed like a good way that I could apply that desire. I did have a 7th grade science teacher who was really instrumental. We did a lot of really interesting dissections, and it's just sort of the first time that the pieces started to fit together for me, that the natural world can be explained by science, and that all of the rules of physics and math and biology all kind of come together in those environments. My education actually really specifically focused in marine biology. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree both in marine biology. My master's degree is from College of Charleston. It was a great program. I got to do some research. My own personal course of study for marine biology was sort of focused on an ecology perspective. So I took a lot of larger systems classes. Certainly I did cover more microbiology and made sure that I had the framework there. But then at the upper levels, I got into interactions between organisms, animal behavior, fisheries interactions, things like that. And so really marine biology, like any other field of science, you would want to have a specific focus that you would want to pursue. If you're a person who's interested in cellular level biology or a person who's interested in larger ecology or systems, you're still going to need to have a focus along those lines that you would pursue into your upper level courses. I would recommend people keep their options open, so even if you think you're a cellular person, make sure you cover your background in ecology also, or vice versa. I actually started with Charles River as a temporary employee during their lysate collection during the summer, or the late spring into summer, which is when we actually bring the horseshoe crabs into the lab. And so as somebody with a marine biology background and a passion for the environment, that definitely caught my interest. My days do vary a little bit, which is actually something I love about my current position, but I really am mostly a manager of people, so I spend a lot of time face-to-face with my team. I personally consider my top priority to be answering questions for my team, removing obstacles for them, helping them sort out their priorities and address the work that they need to get done on any given day. I do spend a lot of time looking at data, so in our particular case, that's usually printed assays. I spend a lot of time reviewing data, considering data. We also have to often write up our testing outcomes, so I'll spend some time either doing that or reading through write-ups. I spend a lot of time also working with our standard operating procedures, or SOPs, so I personally have to draft some of those, I have to review some of those. I have to make sure that my team is up to date on training with those SOPs. So those are kind of the major staples of my day. My day-to-day literal tools and technology are actually pretty mainstream. I spend a fair amount of time on computers working on documents and looking at data. So I use a lot of the Microsoft Office suite. I use Microsoft Excel, particularly, and Microsoft Word. So I'm really appreciative that I got a good training with those two softwares previously. We do have our own instruments. The Charles River Lab has manufactured, and that's what the testing is performed on. We also have in-house software. So as far as the technical pieces of equipment that I use, those are actually purpose-built for the testing that we do here. But then as far as day-to-day, sort of more abstract, conceptually and topically, the major things that I use are a basic understanding of statistics, a basic understanding of biology, especially enzymes. The lysate that we use is an enzyme, so it follows all of the basic biology rules that enzymes are supposed to follow. So having a good comprehension of that is really valuable. The biggest challenge in my position is just typically competing priorities. So project management and time management are always a challenge for me. I will often get competing priorities from different managers throughout the building. So it's just sort of a matter of making sure that we meet everybody's priorities and get the work done that they need done on any given day. The advice that I would pass on to a young person pursuing a career in science or STEM is that certainly you will run into challenges. Keep in mind what your dream is, and in my case, that was pursuing purpose. If there is a purpose that you're interested in, definitely let that motivate you through the tough times. I would also say keep your options open and definitely take advantage of any opportunities along your way. If somebody gives you the opportunity to learn a new skill or a new piece of equipment, take that opportunity. You never know when it will become valuable in the future.